Hey guys, what's up? So we'll discuss question number 16 to 20 in this particular video, and I've already covered question number 1 to 15. So let's get started. So question number 16 is basically talks about in what ways can floods be converted into a sustainable source of irrigation and an all-weather inland navigation in India. So here they are arguing basically whether the floods, how can you convert it to our advantage, and how they can help us in irrigation and in inland waterways. So you can say that floods have always been considered a bane because they will damage physical infrastructure, they will cause death of human beings and animals, they will destroy agricultural produce, they will cripple the economy of the region. But floods, if you manage them properly, they can also become a boon for irrigation and inland navigation. How that will happen, I'll tell you. So first of all, floods are an annual phenomena, and they happens a lot in your UP, Bihar, Assam. Almost every year you will find a lot of floods happening in these areas, and in Himalayan rivers and some peninsular rivers, a lot of floods happen annually. So proper management and utilization of floods will involve, first of all, क्या करोगे यार, floods आएंगे तो क्या करोगे आप बताओ. Construction of dams and reservoirs पहला पॉइंट हो गया. So storage reservoir has to be built as a part of multi-purpose projects. Overall several flood prone rivers, जितनी भी rivers होती हैं जिनमें flood आ सकती है वहाँ पे बनाना पड़ेगा. एंड उनके लिए फिर किसके लिए यूज़ करोगे, इरीगेशन के लिए, ड्रिंकिंग के लिए, इंडस्ट्रीज़, पावर जनरेशन एक्सेट्रा, इन चीज़ों के लिए यूज़ कर सकते हो. दूसरा जो है सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट यूज़ इसका वो है वाटर शेड डेवलपमेंट. वाटर शेड मैनेजमेंट करोगे हिली कैचमेंट एरियाज़ में, उससे ना केवल इरीगेशन और एग्रीकल्चर इंप्रूव होगा बल्कि सोशो इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट भी होगा रीजन का. तीसरा पॉइंट रिवर इंटरलिंकिंग, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है, उसको तो टच करना ही है. सो इंटरलिंकिंग ऑफ वाटर विच इज़ विद सरप्लस हिमालयन रिवर्स एंड वाटर डेफिशिएंट पेनिनसुलर रिवर्स. इसमें क्या होगा, जो फ्लड्स होंगी दे कैन बी कंटेन्ड इन दी नॉर्दर्न रीजन इटसेल्फ. उससे क्या होता है, वो काफ़ी इशू होते हैं बाद में. तो इससे क्या होगा, तो वाटर डेफिशिएंट जो पेनिनसुलर रिवर्स हैं उससे नॉर्दर्न रिवर्स को कनेक्ट कर दो. सो बेटर डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो जाएगा वाटर फ्लो का. सो स्पेशली जो साउथ है डेक्कन पेनिनसुला, जो मतलब विंध्यांस के साउथ में पड़ता है डेक्कन पेनिनसुला, वहाँ पर आपकी काफ़ी इसमें अच्छी रिवर्स मिल सकती हैं आपको, काफ़ी अच्छा वहाँ पे इरीगेशन फैसिलिटीज़ डेवलप हो सकती है. सो अशोर्ड इरीगेशन कैन गिव ह्यूज स्टिमुलस टू एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोडक्शन ऑफ सदर्न रीजन. चौथा पॉइंट यहाँ पे एफॉरेस्ट्रेशन, डेवलपमेंट ऑफ ग्रीन स्पेसेस, वेटलैंड, बंड्स. इससे क्या होगा, स्लो डाउन हो जाएगा फ्लड वाटर का, रिचार्ज हो जाएगा ग्राउंड वाटर, और मोस्ट ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चरल एरियाज ग्राउंड वाटर इरीगेशन इज़ द प्रेफर्ड मेथड. तो उससे काफ़ी हेल्प मिल जाएगी. फिर आप उसमें कैसे जोड़ सकते हो इस आंसर को कि इसमें इनलैंड नेविगेशन, इंटरलैंड वाटर नेविगेशन में कैसे हेल्पफुल हो सकता है. तो नेशनल वाटरवेज जो हैं गंगा और ब्रह्मपुत्रा के, उनमें हमेशा से एक कंप्लेंट रही है कि वहाँ पे पानी की कमी होती है, इसलिए वो अच्छे से ऑपरेट नहीं कर पाते. सो नेशनल वाटरवेज ऑन गंगा एंड ब्रह्मपुत्रा आर सफरिंग फ्रॉम डिक्रीज्ड कैपेसिटी ऑफ चैनल्स ड्यू टू सिल्टिंग एंड रिड्यूस्ड वाटर फ्लो बिकॉज ऑफ वाटर डाइवर्जन, क्लाइमेट चेंज एक्सेट्रा. सो फ्लड वाटर जो होगा वो कैन ऑगमेंट वाटर फ्लो, एंड विद रेगुलर ड्रेजिंग इट कैन इम्प्रूव चैनल कैपेसिटी, देयर बाय मेकिंग प्लाइंग ऑफ हैवियर वेसल वायबल. ओके, तो यार लाइव है, बिल्कुल लाइव है. एंड दूसरा जो पॉइंट है इसमें, कोस्टल फ्लड्स इफ मैनेज्ड वेल कैन हेल्प इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ कोस्टल शिपिंग. मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ सागरमाला प्रोजेक्ट यही है. सो इससे क्या होगा, इट विल रिमूव बर्डन ऑन रोड एंड रेलवेज एंड फैसिलिटेट चीप एंड बल्क ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. तो फ्लड्स को आप हाई डिजास्टर, इट्स अ वेरी हाई टाइम दैट फ्लड्स आर नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज अ नेचुरल डिजास्टर एंड होलिस्टिक मैनेजमेंट हैज़ टू बी डन. ओके, so floods, it will not only prevent in disaster management but also impact its constructive potential. Somebody is asking why I do it at late night, because that's the only time I get free. Question number 17 is what characteristics can be assigned to monsoon climate that succeeds in feeding more than 50% of the world population residing in monsoon Asia. तो इसमें क्वेश्चन सिंपल सा है, वो मानसून के फीचर्स पूछना चाहता है आपसे. तो if agriculture is considered as the backbone of Asian economy, then monsoon can be considered as the nervous system of that, guiding the Asian economy in its function. So Asian economies जैसे India and China, they are dependent on monsoon to feed their increasing population. What is monsoon? Monsoon is derived from a word monsoon. ठीक है, तो it is basically seasonal reversal of wind pattern and atmospheric circulation, and it is a complex phenomenon which is a result of interaction and interlinkages of various processes. इसमें सबसे important क्या होता है, ITCZ का शिफ्ट होता है, इंटरट्रॉपिकल कन्वर्जेंस जोन शिफ्ट होता है, ट्रेड विंड्स इधर उधर शिफ्ट होती हैं, हीटिंग ऑफ तिब्बतन प्लेट्यू होता है, जनरेशन ऑफ ट्रॉपिकल ईस्टर्ली जेट स्ट्रीम एक्सेट्रा. ये सारे फीचर्स आप इसमें लिख दीजिए. हाउएवर जनरल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कैन बी लिस्टेड एज बिलो. सो साउथ वेस्ट मानसून 4 महीने के लिए आता है, जून, जुलाई, अगस्त, सितंबर, सबको पता होना चाहिए. तो मॉइस्चर लेडन विंड्स ऑन रीचिंग दी southern most point of the Indian peninsula due to its topography become divided into two parts. दो ब्रांच होती हैं, एक अरेबिक सी ब्रांच होती है, एक बे ऑफ बंगाल ब्रांच होती है, तो दो पार्ट में डिवाइड हो जाता है. फिर जब ये अराइव करता है तो इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज द बर्स्ट ऑफ मानसून. ये यूजुअली 1 जून को आपको केरला की कोस्ट पे दिखाई देने को मिलता है. मई में भी आ जाता है कई बार, ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं कि जून में ही आएगा. एंड नॉर्मल रेनफॉल विल इंक्रीज सडनली एंड कंटिन्यूज रेगुलरली फॉर सेवरल डेज. ओके, एंड दे आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम प्री मानसून शावर्स. ठीक है, वो अलग चीज़ होती है बिकॉज ऑफ देयर इंक्रीज इन रेनफॉल अमाउंट एंड रेगुलरिटी. रेगुलरिटी इज द की वर्ड. अराउंड सेप्टेम्बर विद अपरेंट शिफ्टिंग ऑफ सन टुवर्ड्स द साउथ and cooling off of land mass, air pressure, air pressure starts increasing over the northern India. It will cause reversal of wind direction from land to Indian Ocean, and this is called as the northeast monsoon, or also people call it retreating monsoon. इसमें जो तमिलनाडु का जो कुछ पोर्शन होता है वहाँ पे बारिश होती है इसके कारण. So retreating monsoon picks up moisture from Bay of Bengal and pours it over Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka. So majority of the rainfall of Tamil Nadu happens because of retreating monsoon. 50 to 60% of the rainfall in Tamil Nadu happens because of the retreating monsoon. So this is a very good question. East Asian monsoon affects large part of Indochina, Philippines, China, Taiwan. Indochina और चाइना अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं, उसमें चाइना का कोई लेना देना नहीं है, इंडिया का भी कोई लेना देना नहीं है इंडोचाइना में. China, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, and it is characterized by warm, rainy summer monsoon and a cold, dry winter monsoon. So there is a great variation in the intensity and frequency of rainfall year to year. इसका जो सबसे important reason है, because monsoon is affected by phenomena like El Nino, La Nina, ocean dipole, Indian ocean dipole. El Nino अगर आता है तो it generally weakens the monsoon winds, causing drought-like conditions in monsoon Asia. It's very simple. And in recent times, monsoon is becoming more and more unpredictable thanks to global warming, thanks to temperature change. Precipitation patterns are changing due to global warming and climate change. 18वां क्वेश्चन देखते हैं. वुमेन्स क्वेश्चन अरोज इन मॉडर्न इंडिया एज अ पार्ट ऑफ 19th century social reform movement. What are the major issues and debates concerning women in that period? It is absolutely predictable question. Yes, this is an academy office. It's an absolutely predictable question. There is no doubt about it that such questions are asked. When I started in 2011-12, only everything is asked. The women issues and everything is asked. This is a very very typical questions. They have to be asked. Women issues. So fighting for betterment of status of women in society was the most important agenda of the social reforms of 19th century, or you can call one of the most important agenda. So hitherto women's questions were neither asked nor addressed till that point. Women were accorded a low status in society as compared to men. See, this is the reality that was going on at that time. And they were subjected to parda, they were subjected to early marriage. Just in case God forbid their husband died, they were subjected to sati and they were killed with the husband. Widows could not remarry, they have to live a secluded life. Women were denied education, they were denied inheritance property, they were denied social equality, and polygamy was prevalent in both Muslims and Hindus. So that is perfectly alright if you say that they were given a lower status than men. That is 100% correct, there is no doubt about it. The social reformers of this period basically appealed to the doctrines of individualism, equality, and argued that true religion in its truest sense, never supported the duality of man and woman role. They never supported an inferior status of women. They raised voices against degrading social customs like polygamy, child marriage, etc. They worked to establish educational facilities for women. They tried to persuade government to enact favorable legislation for women. So for example, in 1829, Raja Ram Mohan Roy convinced government to declare the practice of sati as illegal by the regulation of 1829. Brahmo Samaj had the issue of widow remarriage high in its agenda due to its efforts of very famous personality Pandit Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. Hindu Widow Remarriage Act of 1856 passed, after which Hindu widows can remarry. And Vishnu Shastri Pandit founded Widows Remarriage Association. Then there Jagannath Shankar Seth Bahudaji worked tirelessly for women education in Maharashtra. Then the relentless effort of a Parsi reformer B.M. Malabari, it exhorted the government to enact the age of consent, which forbade child marriage. Okay, so there are a lot of things which were done at this time. Let's see question number 19. Distinguish between religiousness, religiosity and communalism, giving one example of how the former has got transformed into the latter in independent India or latter. Religiousness, religiosity and communalism. So religiousness basically it is individual level पे conviction है, devotion है, faith है, कुछ भी है. You want to, मतलब just you have a faith towards a divine power. That is called as religiousness. On the other hand, communalism is like a group feeling. it signifies difference between various religion groups. Ours is better, theirs is bad, something like that. And it includes the phenomena of groupism. So as long as religiosity will influence individuals and groups to maintain social and religious harmony, despite differences in religious and social interest, communalism will be suppressed. The moment religiosity intensifies and interest of different religious group clash, this religiosity is transformed into communalism. Basically आप ऐसे बोल सकते हो. See, religiosity was always there. 14th, 15th, 16th century, there was Sufi movement, Bhakti movement. It was always there, but nobody used to have communal riots at that time. But unfortunately, last 100 years we have witnessed so many communal riots. So this transformation is evident in independent India. There are a lot of issues. The topmost I can count on my fingers. Ayodhya issue, Ram Mandir issue, Babri Masjid issue, Godhra issue. Okay, they were proper clash of interest of Hindus and Muslim group. This is not religiosity, this is communalism. Okay, brotherhood of Hindus and Muslims, spirit of Kashmiriyat saw a serious blow, especially in late 80s, 90s, and now because of terrorist attacks, and it resulted into mass killing and large scale exodus of Kashmiri Pandits. You might have heard about it. They don't live there anymore. They were forced to evacuate that place. Communal violence happened, it's still going on in the valley. And religious minorities are often targeted by fundamentalists of other religions. You might have seen that people who are being lynched even in Delhi for eating beef or for allegedly eating beef. Christian tribals discriminated for their religious rituals and practices. These issues are going on even in outside India, like if you want to take examples. But since it is talking about India, you have to restrict yourself to India, but you can take ISIS example that it is again going on in Syria, but don't take this in here because it's asking about independent India. And the transformation is also seen in political sphere because there is a political support for communal group. Vote bank politics happen on religious lines. It's the sad reality. And fundamentalist force, if you talk about, like I will not like to name them, but you know, like they are based out of various states and they are member of parliaments and they take votes on religious lines. There is a significant role of these fundamentalists in taking votes and winning elections and so on. So unfortunately, yes, this is 100% true. So that is why the former got transformed into the latter in independent India. Last question of paper 1, finally after 4 live sessions. The growth of cities as IT hubs has opened up new avenues of employment but has also created new problems. Substantiate this statement with examples. So you can start that yes, we agree, 100% agreed. With globalization, technological development and growth of tertiary sectors, especially service sectors, cities have emerged as IT hubs. Yes, this is correct. Cities around Delhi NCR, Bangalore, Hyderabad, they attract lakhs and millions of people every year in search of employment opportunities. But this rapid urbanization on the one hand is developing the economics of India, because you know that majority of the contribution of GDP happens through service sector in India. But on the other hand, it has also given rise to certain problems. What are these problems? If you go to IT hubs around Delhi NCR, they attract hordes of migrants from northern states and eastern states. So due to there is no proper housing, there is no proper electricity, there is no proper education facilities, health, water, sanitation. This leads to slum development and traffic congestion, pollution, crime becomes daily phenomena. So the residents also feel the pinch. And due to emergence of other areas around Delhi NCR, Bangalore, Hyderabad, the tier 1 towns have been neglected. Everybody is coming here and they are in the decline. Ideally, there should be a link between rural areas and metros. There should be like good towns, tier 2, tier 1 towns, not just metros and direct rural India, but unfortunately that is happening. Due to rapid growth of services in cities and decline of agriculture, rural urban migration is on the rise. Migrants are mostly unskilled, at max semi-skilled, so therefore they are unfit for services sector. There goes out without it. And this results in underemployment, unemployment, excess availability of cheap labor and their exploitation. Obviously, rules goes out of the window. And due to proliferation of cyber cities, manufacturing sector has not received the focus it deserves. Especially if you see countries like China, they are the manufacturing giant of the world. Unfortunately, it should be us, but we instead of gradually migrating from primary to secondary to tertiary sector, we straight away jumped from the primary to tertiary sector and manufacturing. लोकेश कोई नहीं है पीछे, आज भी कोई नहीं है, and it has not received the focus it deserved. So ideally India should have moved from an agricultural to industrial to service economy but unfortunately industrial revolution is missing. That is why we have policies like special economic zones, NIMZ, etc., etc. However, like there are problems, and there are problems with everything. Despite these problems, IT revolutions in cities has made India an IT superpower and knowledge economy, which is helping in harnessing of our demographic dividend. So thank you for watching this lesson, and have an awesome day. Good night. I'll do compile that list. I saw the message. Let me just check. It is CSE 2018. Yes, these impressive and eye-catching sentences, the statement, the answer I start with, this is like really important. This is what makes the difference between an IAS or not getting into the rank list. So thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day.